Hello YouTubers, Charles here, back playing some more Kerbal Space Program. We gathered a whole bunch of science around the different biomes at Kerbal Space Center last time. That gave us 199.6 science. We have 576,000 funds and just about 19% reputation. Let's go look at some contracts because currently we don't have any. Hey, Gene. So I won't say we're low on funds, but funds is our biggest need right now to get certain things that will be very helpful, like maneuver nodes and being able to collect surface samples. We need to upgrade a few buildings, so we're going to need some funds to do that and still be able to launch vessels, enough to have a fallback, launch 2 vessels without earning anything. So these VIP ones we can take. They don't really pay that well. We could fly by the moon, but that may be a little bit beyond our capability right now. But we did this last time. Test a radial parachute. This has decent pay. And actually seems doable. Perform some visual surveys. This, if I remember last time, is also pretty doable. This should be the location we saw on the map last time. Test the escape system. I almost want to upgrade this so we can take more than 2 contracts, because doing the solid fuel test, the escape system test, and the radial parachute test, possibly could all be done in one mission. Let's exit here. I think I am going to upgrade this. It's not that expensive. And there we go. We got an upgraded... it's not what I wanted. Well, so this is the visual survey. That's actually not too bad. If we could build a small airplane, we could do that. Let's head back. What I want to see is how... This is more expensive, and like if I could upgrade this and have $500,000 left, I'd say yeah. Hey Gene, back again. Let's test the Thumper. That will get us off the launch pad. The radial mount can be done at 313 kilometers. The escape system can be done as high as 1200. So here's what I'm thinking. We get our rocket, we get up going over 300. at 1150, 11500. We test the escape system. We coast up to 1300. Hopefully still going faster than 300. We'll have to be going close to 700 when we do this. And then we test the parachute, which can be done at 13 and as slow as 300. And I think we have our test, or our mission there. What did I do? There we go. Radial mount parachute. Escape system. And I'm going to take the visual survey as well, because, I mean, why not? It pays well. And it expires in 21 minutes. What was the expiring on some of these other ones? Well, that's never. 4 days, 3 days, 2 days. We can see about some VIPs. We could possibly do multi-VIPs, but that'd be a little tricky. Alright, I'm gonna attempt to build a rocket that will do this, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is the spacecraft I've made. Call it test mission. Save it. First we have the Thumper, the large booster. We did not test that one last time, so it's basically same test but now for an even larger booster. So that will get us off and hopefully get us at least to 5,000 if not beyond. Although if it gets us to 10,000, that's going to start getting into danger territory. I'm wondering... I'm going to put it at 75 thrust limit. That'll make it last longer, and it'll keep us at a lower speed, safer speed, although we do want to get supersonic before we do these tests, or before we do the other tests. The next test that we would be doing is the escape system in flight over Kerbal. I want to do this closer to 12,000, and I want to do this higher than 300, maybe not 700, but at least 500 meters per second. There's going to be a slight problem with this. This is designed to act as an escape system at a lot of thrust quickly, but it's also slightly off-center, so it will, if you run into a problem and need to hit the abort button, which is normally up here, at the abort button you'd have it trigger this decoupler and this, and the rocket will pull the capsule off and slightly to the side so the rest of the rocket doesn't ram into it. So that may make steering difficult. Now, hopefully this is close to 12,000, and we're going... At that point, this rocket, normal liquid engine, would still be attached. This decoupler is not detached to the next stage. That's when we hopefully be getting up to 13,000, still doing faster than 300 meters per second. At that point, we would hit the next stage, which would be this stage here. We'd decouple here. We'd activate these parachutes to hopefully recover this. And we'd activate the one parachute on the back here. Now, I'm expecting this parachute to get destroyed at that speed. But maybe not. Hey, if it survives, that's great. But if it does get destroyed, we have two backup parachutes that we can activate once we're lower and slower. So let's save this and try this test. Alrighty, we're on here on the pad. We have Jebediah as a pilot. Let's turn on SAS. I'm gonna throttle up all the way now, And let's get out the contracts here so we can see when we completed the various contracts. Alrighty, so we're not going to do any gravity turn or anything, we just need to go straight up here. So we're just going to hold stability, and we're going to launch in 3, 2, 1. A little slow off the pad there, but we did dial down the thrust a little bit to make the solid last a little longer. Probably not going to get as high as I had hoped with just the solid, but it's given us a good launch here, and it completed this test. So let's go to the next test. Alright, the solid's going to run out pretty soon. We're throttled all the way up, and we have plenty of liquid fuel to get us to the height we need. Hopefully we'll get to the speed we need as well. There goes the solid stage. And yes, we're picking up speed nicely, approaching the speed of sound, and we're getting close to about 8,000. As long as we're doing about 500, I think we'll definitely be okay. Alright, we gotta get ready for this test. Oh, let's do that now. Oh, and that did spin us. I think we're ready for the other test. Let's shut off the engine. And there we go. So I think that's all the tests. We just need to come down now, and I'm hoping to stay near enough to that so we can collect them. And I'm hoping the parachute will keep that safe. I mean, it is slowly gliding away from us, but alright, that has to be the solid engine hitting the ground. Alright, on our way down. I'm not sure what that was, though. Alright, that has 2 parachutes out. Actually, it's... Alright, it is falling faster than us. It does have fuel and stuff like that. So, that's probably why. We do have 3 parachutes if we need them. I'm not sure how safe that will be with the 2 parachutes it has, but I'm going to try to keep an eye on it. Looks like... Well, I'm not sure if we're drifting away or it's drifting away. We're approaching 7 kilometers and dropping, but our speed is also dropping, so that's alright. We may be okay on just this 1 parachute, but I think once we get to like 500, I'm going to pop the other parachutes. I just don't want to get too far away from those debris so we can recover them. Maybe coming down right at the edge of the shore here. Alrighty, just watching this and making sure everything goes alright. Should open its parachutes really soon. Oh, there it goes. You can see its shadow. Here we come. Yeah, that's not a really good direction for us. But, it's alright for now. I'm just going to let us come down a little bit more. And then at 100 meters, pop the other parachutes. Now we're coming down nice and slow, 3-4 meters. There, no explosions. Actually, that looks like it landed rather safely. Okay, let us recover this vessel. No real science, just some from the contracts. We got 98% value, basically. No XP gain. Let's recover that. That got us some more money back. Look at these contracts. 22,000, 28,000, and 4,000. A little bit of science, and that basically covered our whole upgrade of mission control. Alright, we have these one other visual survey mission, so I'm gonna build a jet plane for that, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and we have Aircraft 1 here designed, with Valentina set to fly it. It's a pretty simple design. We do have a pair of goo canisters, a materials bay, a pair of thermometers, got a basic cockpit, 2 swept wings with 2 elevons on them. Actually, I should set these to not respond to yaw. I should set these only respond to pitch, and this only respond to yaw. Okay, for safety reasons, we have 4 parachutes on it, which should safely bring down the aircraft if something should occur. And we just need to fly out to Warner's Trough. So let's save this and head out to the runway. Whoa! Not sure what caused the aircraft to do that. Let's put on the brakes. You okay, Valentina? You all set to do this? Oh, we don't have any normal jet fuel tanks, so these are the rocket fuel tanks with the oxidizer removed. Hopefully that will give us enough liquid fuel to get out there. And sun is going to be setting soon, but we can probably get out there. It's just over the mountains and then into the water over there. Let's turn on SAS and let's take off. Turn off the brakes. Runway is not really that smooth, but it looks like we can take off pretty easily, even at half thrust. I should have showed off all the center of lift and weight and stuff like that, but the center of lift is just behind the center of weight, which is right about here, so we should be pretty good. And as the fuel burns, the actual weight should move forward, so it'll get actually further from the center of lift. We actually want to be turning toward 270 here, and we can actually activate navigation. Now look at that, we're heading right towards it. We're probably going to have a bit of a time lapse here, so I'll see you guys when we get close. Okay, looks like we're entering that location. Let's get the crew report. And we have completed that contract. We've flown from here to here, and we still have plenty of fuel left. This is the desert, a biome we haven't been to yet. So I'm considering flying over there, and we can get some science readings as well. We'll lose some money on recovery, but I wonder if this counts as the science. Let's science. As the desert. Let's make a quick turn here because landing over here a lot quicker than flying all the way across the ocean. Plus, we'd get a better recovery bonus here. So we throttle way down, but we're picking up speed because we're in a dive. Couldn't really get past 270 before. But it looks like we may do that in this dive. Especially if we turn the engine up, but we don't want to do that. Actually, we're starting to slow down again. Slowing down, assuming this will count as desert. It kind of does look like a desert. I take a crew report. I don't think we're gonna. I can take a thermometer reading. This is over the shores. I'm gonna actually keep that. See how far these shores go. Alright, this does count as deserts. And we can get shores data almost any time. We need to slow down. So I'm gonna do some turns here, which should, yeah, look at that, we really dropped a lot of speed. It still looks like we're going fast, but we're probably barely flying at this point. I mean, maybe not barely, but this did take off about 40. It's gonna fly over this hill, turn around, and come in for a landing. This does look like a semi-nice flat area. How did I get switched to orbit? Did I click on that accidentally? Maybe. Not entirely sure how far up we are, but up as in above the ground. I know how we are over sea level, but it's not always that straightforward. Alright, we're dropping here. Nose up. Alright, I'm going to cut the engines. brakes. Yeah, these aren't hooked up as air brakes. Wondering if I should just pop the parachutes or... I think I can come in for landing. That's relatively flat. Bit of a hill up here. Alright, brakes, 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 brakes. Turn off SAS. Log temperature. We're in the desert. Get some goo. Who seems to hate it here? Sort of the materials bay. Dust contaminating the samples. This won't give us too much more. Can we get a... I'm going to take the crew report. We're going to get an EVA report. And because we're standing on the craft, it counts as standing and not flying. And we're going to grab on board. And then we can do our other crew report. And we're going to recover this vessel. And we earned 26 science. 9 experiments recovered. We recovered 91% value. So now we have 600,000 funds. Valentina didn't get any XP gain though. Of course, we completed this contract. That's where most of our money came from. Alrighty. Gonna call that an episode. Next time we'll take on more contracts, and well, we'll definitely have to spend some of these R&D funds. We could probably finish out this level and maybe do a few in this level as well. Well, maybe one. But that's it for this episode of Kerbal Space Program. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.